What if your childhood favorite got a live-action upgrade and actually stuck the landing? Dragons, Vikings, prosthetics. The How to Train Your Dragon remake is out, and unlike a lot of live-action adaptations, this one doesn't feel like a cash grab. It honors the original without trying to reinvent it, and that might just be the smartest choice Universal could have made. Disney, take notes. Let's talk about what this new version gets right, what surprised me, and why this might be the best Father's Day watch you didn't know you needed. We're back in Berk, a Viking village constantly raided by dragons. Our hero, Hiccup, is the teenage son of the chief, Stoick the Vast. He's smart, awkward, not exactly a dragon slayer, but he's got a brain for inventions. During a raid, Hiccup takes down a rare night fury using a bolus launcher, but when he finds the wounded dragon in the forest, he does something unexpected. He lets it live. That single choice changes everything. As Hiccup secretly helps the dragon, who he names Toothless, he learns that dragons aren't the enemy, but convincing his village, and especially his father, is another story. What follows is a journey of courage, compassion, and one of the most satisfying arcs between father and son you'll see on screen. And yes, the dragons still look epic. Let's talk about what this movie does right, because honestly, it gets a lot right. First off, Mason Thames as Hiccup, perfect casting. He brings the right mix of insecurity, cleverness, and heart. You believe him as the kid who'd rather engineer a solution than swing an axe. Nico Parker as Astrid holds her own too. She gives Astrid a more grounded intensity, still fierce, but more emotionally accessible than the animated version. And Gerard Butler returning as Stoick? That's just poetic. He brings weight and warmth to the role in a way only someone who's lived with the character can. His scenes with Mason are some of the strongest in the film. Nick Frost as Gobber is a blast. He keeps the humor alive without going full cartoon. And Julian Dennison as Fishlegs? That dude was born for the role. The visuals? Solid. The CGI isn't flawless, but it works, especially during flight scenes. Framestore handled the VFX, and you can tell they took their time. Toothless looks fantastic. The movements, expressions, the tail mechanics, it's all believable. Fun fact, to help the actors interact with dragons on set, the team used full puppets and 8-axis gimbals for flight scenes. That effort shows. You never feel like the actors are just flailing in front of a green screen. And yes, this is a mostly shot-for-shot remake, but that's not a complaint. Some of those scenes, the first flight, the cove sequence, the final battle, they're just as powerful in live action, maybe even more. Now here's where things get interesting. The heart of this movie isn't the dragons. It's the relationship between father and son. Hiccup's struggle isn't just about dragons, it's about identity. He's trying to be the kind of Viking his father respects, but he's also realizing he has to forge his own path. That moment when he chooses compassion over violence, it still hits hard. It's not weakness, it's strength in a different form. And that message feels even more relevant now than it did in 2010. There's also a quiet but powerful theme of disability and adaptation. Hiccup loses part of his leg, Toothless loses his tail fin, and yet, together, they learn to soar. That partnership, built on trust and empathy, gives the film real emotional weight. Watching it again in live action, I found myself appreciating those themes more deeply, especially as a dad. It's a reminder that strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes, it just listens. So here's the bottom line. How to Train Your Dragon is a win. It doesn't try to outshine the original, it respects it, and that's rare. The story stays faithful, the casting is sharp, the dragons look great, and the message? Still strong after all these years. If you grew up with the original, this remake will hit you right in the nostalgia, but with just enough new texture to feel fresh. And if you're a parent, especially a father, this one might land harder than you expect. Is it funnier than the original? Not quite, but it's more grounded, and for live action, that's a smart move. Also, let's be honest, this is the kind of adaptation Disney wishes it could pull off. Universal took a beloved animated film, gave it a live-action coat of armor, and didn't lose the soul. So is it worth watching? Absolutely. And if you're planning a Father's Day movie night, this one belongs on your list. What do you think? Was the live-action version everything you hoped for, or are you sticking with the animated classic? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a review. Until next time, stay brave, trust your instincts, and always stay rated.